If you're finding yourself time crunched and find it hard to fit in cycling alongside all the other things we have to juggle in our lives, like family, work, other chores and commitments, well then this video might help you. These are my top tips on how to make the best of the few hours you might have. Number one is get your kit ready. Have your clothing laid out the night before, so you're not searching around in that hour in the morning looking for your gloves or overshoes or whatever. Make sure it's all there the night before. Similarly, check your bike. I know I've come into the garage before now to find my bike's got a flat tyre, so make sure you've checked your bike the night before. You've charged your batteries of any equipment you need. Your tyres are the right pressure and everything's ready to go. If you've only got a few hours to train each week, the last thing you want to do is be faffing around trying to get stuff together instead of being out riding. Another thing I find that really helps if you haven't got a lot of time is to use the turbo. It's so much more time efficient, especially if you've got a bike set up on your turbo again, ready to go. Instead of having to go out and negotiate roadworks or lights or traffic or anything like that, or the weather, you can just jump on your turbo and get a really decent hour's session in. And you really know that's a good bang for your buck. So if you haven't got a trainer, consider getting one. One mistake a lot of riders make if they've got, say, 5 hours to train in the week is go and hit it hard every session and absolutely smash themselves for an hour. Well, okay, so that's going to get you so far, and you probably will gain fitness from doing a Zwift race 5 days a week, but especially as you get older, you're going to need recovery. And if you're not recovering enough, you're going to find yourself either digging yourself into a fitness hole or plateauing very quickly. So you do need to think a little bit more carefully about what you're doing. And one of the biggest things you can do to improve your fitness is, if you've got 4 or 5 hours a week to train, make sure at least once a week you're doing a longer ride, maybe 3 hours or 3.5 or 4 if you can. Stephen Seiler, one of the eminent scientists who studies physiology and is a world-renowned coach or world-renowned fitness scientist, does really recommend a long ride each week if you can. It's one of the best ways of promoting that base endurance and aerobic capabilities without killing yourself and digging that hole. So if you can, make sure you're doing a long ride each week. Maybe it's a bit of negotiation with the family to work out one day or morning you can get out early and do that 3-hour ride. And lastly, if you're time crunched and you could think about commuting to work if you don't already do it. It's a good way to build up some volume, even if you only do it once or twice a week. I know very fit people who use that once a week ride to be their 3-hour ride, and they ride a long way either to or from work. And if you're closer, you could use the ride home to do a decent interval session and arrive at home at a good time, having done your training. If you've made it this far in the video and have been finding the content useful, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps the algorithm and the channel grow. What do you do if you are time crunched? How do you make sure you fit in some training? If you've got any good tips, don't forget to drop them in the comments down below. And until next time, bye for now.